Hey James, welcome back to the channel. So glad you are here. Today we're going to finish up the video that Patricia King did. If you remember, the title was called Wow, Lots of Judgment Flying Around. So I stopped at the 8-minute mark. And before I get started with that, I want to let you know I have seen the interview that Julie Roys did with Mike Bickle's first accuser. She was referred to as John Doe number one or Jane Doe number one. She's decided to come forward and give her name, and she did an on-camera interview. It was very powerful. So I will talk about that later this week. Also, Perry Stone did a video where he was trying to correct people about on the air televangelists, ministers who are on TV. And you're not going to want to miss that video. Quite honestly, there were some things that he said that are in fact true. And the fact that he was as transparent as he was about his expenses was kind of a surprise to me. So we'll cover that later this week. I also want to point out the fact that I will be in Phoenix for the Restore 2025 conference. I think what I'll do is I'll do like a small video each night. There's stuff Friday and then there's stuff Saturday. But I don't know if we're going to stay for the whole thing or not. There's a part of me that wants to go to San Diego and then go to LA. If we stay for the whole thing, then we'll only go to San Diego. So I don't know. I've never been to the West Coast. So one of the things on my bucket list is to see the Pacific Ocean. So heck, I may even do a video about that. I know it's not as exciting as the Daystar videos, but yeah, I'm 51. I'll be 52 in May, and this is something I definitely want to get off my bucket list. The camera's a little too high. Let me fix that. It's better. So Patricia King, we left off at the 8-minute mark, and she said that her ministry began as a voice for victims. Really? Okay. I'd like to see some of that, but I'll take her at her word. By the way, these are my readers. Actually, the other glasses that I have are mainly for stuff that's far away. She said that leaders have a higher realm of accountability. That's true. You know, I, as an ordained minister, I do have higher standards that I have to live by. It is what it is. Anything that I bring on this channel, I have to have sources that back it up. You know, she says there's not a minister alive who hasn't made mistakes. That's also true. But we're talking about criminal activity. That's also true. The things that we're trying to eliminate on this channel are illegal and immoral. She said in November 4th, 2024, and whenever she's like, "Oh, I heard a word from the Lord," and it's amazing how much God speaks to the folks on Daystar. She says, God told her to beware of the accuser of the brethren because he's coming in fury, that there would be a counterfeit spirit bringing accusation and bringing judgments. And she said, the spirit will try to disqualify many from moving forward with their call, and that the spirit of Leviathan was going to be present, and the king of the sons of pride. And you can't judge without pride because it'll twist communication. And it's like, did anybody tell her, if you're going to plagiarize somebody, don't plagiarize Mike Bickle? Because Mike's last sermon was on Revelation 12, and he was trying to say that accuser is coming. And so if you accuse him of doing anything, then you're of the devil. And it's the same play. It's the same script. This person here is indirectly trying to defend Daystar, trying to defend all these ministers who have been caught doing things they shouldn't be doing. And she kept like over and over and over, you need evidence, you need evidence, you need evidence, you need evidence. And it's just like she kept repeating herself. It has to be discernment and evidence. And then every once in a while she'll sprinkle in something that's true. Like at the 12-minute mark, she said it's an evil thing when someone's abused. Exactly. So where is the vitriol and the indignation about what happened to Jonathan and Susie's daughter? What about what happened to Susie Lamb in 2017? Where's the indignation about that? What about what happened recently with Gary and Brenda's Kesey's daughter, Kirsten, who allegedly was abused by her own brother? Where's the indignation about any of that stuff, Patricia? I don't see it. You say that victims need rescue and that you worked in anti-trafficking, and it's like you talk about all this stuff, but you don't name any names of people that you've helped. You said there's a line that can be crossed. You've got to protect victims and promote healing. That's true, but then you're trying to compare marriage counseling to people who have been mistreated. And by the way, I want to, as a side note, I did a test video earlier today, and yes, it was marked. So I had to basically demonetize it and mark it as something that was for people over the age of 18, so that way it wouldn't get pulled off of YouTube. So clearly, if you say SA, YouTube will mark your video. So what I said in that short video I did earlier, and this video will be posted on Tuesday, but the video I did earlier today, I said, anytime the subject of SA comes up, we will refer to it like Not By Sight News does as mistreatment, because I don't want the video to get blocked. So she tries to compare mistreatment, stories of mistreatment, with marriage counseling, and you got to hear both sides of the story. Really? And then she says, with allegations, there's no arrest made until there's proof. Well, I got proof, Patricia, because I got Jonathan and Susie's testimony. We have the nanny's testimony of how Pete would come around when Jonathan and Susie weren't there. That's creepy. Who goes and sees somebody's kid without the parents being there? The nanny testified that that's what Pete did. What about Jonathan's cousin, who said another family member liked to hang out when him and his wife would be changing the baby? That's creepy. This is testimony from adults that I believe. So there's my proof. And she just kept saying, evidence, evidence, you gotta have evidence, you gotta have evidence. And all she's really doing is trying to dismiss Jonathan and Susie and the cousin. That's all she's doing here. This is a choreographed, very well laid out video to try to dismiss anybody who would dare criticize Daystar. And believe me, when I say this, and I'm not trying to be flippant about this. This Patricia King lady, she's an intelligent woman. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's trying to defend Daystar. There is no defense, Patricia. Susie was hurt. Susie's daughter was hurt. And the person that should be defending those two people is Joni Lamb. That's her. That's the grandmother and the mother-in-law. Instead, and we have testimony from Denise Boggs, Joni went against the wishes of Marcus Lamb. And the funny thing is, Patricia names all these cases and all this work she did, but she doesn't name any names. Who are these people that you helped? And then she uses an example of the gossip game. She literally kept harping on, and then she went back to the whole evidence thing. And it's like she kept saying it over and over again because she wanted to, like, if she repeats herself long enough, that it's going to be true. We have proof. We have multiple witnesses of Pete's weird behavior, and Jonathan's cousin said another family member was acting weird. And then she tried to, oh gosh, Miss King, that social media is bad because people are repeating someone else's story. Well, the story of Jonathan and Susie is true. I believe them. I believe Jonathan and Susie wholeheartedly. The fact that you are not indignant, the fact that that little girl got hurt, the fact that you're not indignant, the fact that Susie Lamb was mistreated, tells me that you're more interested in protecting Daystar as it is rather than seeking justice for the victims and recognizing Daystar could be something amazing if the right people were in charge. Imagine a network where there are ministers on there who care about the spiritual growth of people. That would be amazing. But no, Patricia, you are a Daystar defender. You're an intelligent woman. You're very well spoken. I'll give you that. I'll show you that level of respect. But the things that you're saying, you are subtly trying to defend something that should not be defended. Anybody who commits mistreatment of other people needs to spend time in prison. The fact that you are not indignant about what happened to Susie Lamb, the fact that you're not indignant to what happened to Jonathan and Susie's daughter, tells me you are out of touch. So I think what I'll do tomorrow is do more on the whole situation with Gary and Brenda Kesey. And there's also the story that come out about the Jane Doe 1 at IHOP. And I have a lot to say about that because I used to live literally across the street from IHOP. So the International House of Prayer is a place that I am very, very familiar with. And you're not going to want to miss that. But in the meantime, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. Even if you've been around for a while, hit that like button. It does help the channel to grow. And I don't want a big platform just so I can be famous and all that. What I want is a platform that enables me to expose wolves in sheep's clothing. There are people out there, and the vast majority of the people that are in ministry are good, decent people that love God, they love Jesus, and they want to serve people. But then there's those that want to serve themselves. And those are wolves in sheep's clothing. Those folks need to be out of. They don't need to be in ministry, and if they've ever mistreated anybody, they need to be in prison. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, I will be going to that Restore conference. So, I think what we'll do like short little videos while I'm there, just to kind of give you a taste of what I've heard. Trust me, Dr. Diane Lamberg is going to be there, and I've already read 3 of her books, and she's amazing. So you're not going to want to miss that stuff from the Restore 2025 conference. So until then, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.